Porridge? That's so bland and boring. Who wants to eat porridge? Bland and boring? Never. Time to pimp up the porridge. So oats are really healthy, got protein in them, got some carbs, and got quite a bit of fibre. Generally a very healthy option. You could buy the little sachets to make porridge, but it's an expensive way of doing it, and they've got sugar added, which you don't really need. So what we're going to do is make a really yummy porridge that's really good for you, and if you have it for breakfast will last you till lunchtime. No snacks, no nothing in between. We're going to be using a half cup measure for this recipe. We're going to be using this for a number of different things, just to make it easy. So if you thought that eating a bowl this size is going to be too big, then you could make it a third cup, or you could make it a quarter cup. No worries. Okay, so first things first, we want roughly half a cup of oatmeal. Now you can see this is fairly finely cut, like I think it's Scotch oats. You can use just oats just like these, which essentially have been rolled. The problem with this is that this particular kind, I was a bit disappointed because it took so long to cook. You got to soak them and cook them, whereas just your basic Scotch oats or something similar to that is relatively quick and easy to cook. The next step is to have 1/2 cup of cold water. And the reason we put cold water in to start with is just that we want to get these oats soaking, and we don't want to have a lumpy porridge at the end. The next step is 2 of these filled with boiling water. Well, this is pretty much boiling water. It's 1, 2. So 1 measure of oats, 3 measures of water. The reason I'm putting in hot water is just that it's going to be quicker to cook. Now I'm going to cook this in the microwave. I could cook it in a pot, but then I'm going to have to wash the pot. If you are cooking it in a microwave bowl, then make sure that the bowl is big enough, because as it cooks it'll be puffing up. So a dish like this, which has got angled sides to it, it just gives it more room to move, because you don't want it spilling out over your bowl. So for this, in my microwave, it's going to be 3 minutes initially. Obviously, if you're putting less in, if you're using a quarter or a third cup, then it's not going to be quite so long. Okay, 3 minutes. Okay, so that is 3 minutes. I'm going to cook it for 1 more minute, but I'm going to put some frozen blueberries in. Again, that's a heaped measure, 1/2 cup measure. Now, if you're putting in fresh fruit, you probably put it in after the last minute, but I just like these to be a little bit defrosted. So 1 more minute. Now, the traditional way of eating porridge in New Zealand is to put some golden syrup on it or some brown sugar and then drown it in milk. We're not doing that. Instead, we're going to put some vegan yogurt on. Okay, so Then we're going to have some nuts and seeds. So I've got some walnuts here. So I'm going to grab a handful. I'm just going to chop them a bit. So how much is that? So that is a fairly neat half cup of walnuts, which is about a handful. And then some pumpkin seeds and some sunflower seeds. With the fruit and the nuts and seeds, we're getting more fibre, but also quite a lot of extra protein through the nuts. Essentially, you can add whatever you want, but don't say porridge is boring. If it's boring, that's because of you. You can pimp it up with whatever you like. Cool, let's see how we taste. Kia ora. As you probably know, I like to finish off these cooking videos with a little bit of kōrero Māori, kupu Māori, some Māori language that is relevant to what we've been doing. Okay, he ngāwari te tunu pāriti. He ngāwari te tunu pāriti. Cooking porridge is easy. Āpititia he ngati, he huarākau hoki kia tino hauora tō pāriti. Āpititia he ngati, he huarākau hoki kia tino hauora tō pāriti. Okay, we'll put that all together. He ngāwari te tunu pāriti. Āpititia he ngati, he huarākau hoki kia tino hauora tō pāriti. Ka pai, ka kite anō.